Begin transmission.
You are listening to Corellian Run Radio, your route through hyperspace to the latest news on Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Hi, and welcome to Corellian Run Radio. This is episode 156, and we're recording live Sunday, November 1st, 2015. Hi, my name is Jason. I'm joined by my co-host, Heather. Howdy, Heather.
Hey, Jason.
How are you doing? Can you believe it is November?
Yeah, it's November. The expansion's been out for a few weeks. It's pretty late in the year.
No, it is
Almost
getting
Christmas
late.
time, yeah.
Fall is in the air, and winter's soon behind it. I'm sad. So yeah, we had this little thing called an expansion come out. Knights of the Fallen Empire is out and live for everyone. And early access for a week, and then now everybody's out this last Tuesday. So, what have you been doing this past week or so? There's nothing really to do in the game, I know.
Oh gosh, I've done a lot. Okay, some people are gonna poo-poo at me, but I leveled two, or I didn't level. Well, yeah, I did. I leveled two characters. I did my assassin and my juggernaut. One's dark side, one's light side. So I got to see some different choices, and that was fun. I did like all the heroics in the entire game in like 1.5 days. That was a
Listen,
lot. That was a lot of heroics, including all of the Alliance, the flashpoints of Star Fortress. I did this all in like one day until like there was nothing else for me to do. So I did that in like the first 2 days or so.
yeah, talk about crushing some content. Good
I
grief.
know, yeah.
You could space that
Yeah.
out a little bit.
Well, I have a lot of alts that I want to play through
That's true.
too, just to see the different options. I especially want to see my Imperial Agent, my operative, go through. But I don't. I think that's still kind of spoilery, maybe if I talk about why.
I know, right? I know. I don't want to give away spoilers, but I mean, it's been out for a while. But I don't really want to give anything out. But yeah, of course, I've been playing a little bit in game with the expansion. I'm now actually starting my third playthrough of the new content story. Been running several ops we've been getting into. A lot of it is we're testing the waters for some of the WOG members, because some of the WOG group that I'm a part of, they were kind of worried about, getting into ops at all, thinking that since it'd be more at level, that maybe some of them couldn't do it.
Oh gosh,
And
it's so
yeah,
easy.
well, yeah, but I mean, for people that haven't been in ops, there are some that are still kind of challenging at level. So, but it is it's a good learning curve to get back in and have to learn and teach mechanics of those. So, I,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
that's
like
kind
it.
of what I like. Especially before when we would do old ops, it's just like, well, ignore all the mechanics because you can. Now it's because that's kind of one of the fun things, not just tank and spank a boss. I like doing the different things during the boss fights.
Yeah, I completely agree. I like that. I like the challenge. I mean, some of them really start beating your head against the wall when some people are like having some trouble with it, which I include myself in that. But it's like, oh, good grief. I wish I could just steamroll, but nah, I like the challenge. I enjoy it. I've been doing the heroics just like you, um, because of course that ties in with a little bit of the story on what you have to do with your alliance missions and kind of building that aspect of the game. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. I've also been working on gearing up my Sage Sork armor, my legacy armor on that, and I'm happy to announce I have 3 pieces of my set bonus. Woohoo!
Ooh,
I know that's
I've
triple
gotten
what I
some
did last
gear.
year.
I've gotten some gear, but I don't think I have any set pieces. Well, the only token pieces that have been dropping or that I've won are implants, and I'm like, come on, that's not the set piece.
Come on,
But,
let's give
but
Heather a
I
set piece bonus.
I did win the main hand though. We did story mode, scum and villainy, or I did that with not exactly a pug group. I did it with another guild, and I got the 216 main hand in story mode.
Nice.
I haven't even tried the hard modes yet, just because we want to go through story mode and get all the token pieces and stuff,
Hmm.
and then do the hard mode. But it's been fun. It's challenging enough, but it's not like hard in story mode.
Yeah, it definitely. I agree. It's not like you're going to be killing yourself to do it. But there are some challenging fights in the story modes. At least with our group, there is no. But we see. I was running with me and Mox, and he's one of the co-guild leaders of the Unholy Alliance, and he's running, and we did Scum and Villainy, and I think it was the final boss, and I think it dropped. Was it the 220 main hand? I think maybe it was.
Uh,
I
well,
can't
hold on.
remember.
I think did I get it? No, I think I only got a 216 on story
But yeah, I
mode.
think random one even story mode will drop
Oh,
one
yeah,
piece
I
in the
think
final boss.
there's a random 220 piece.
And he got the main hand. I was like, oh,
Oh, that's nice.
that's nice. So yeah, I guess that's been making a huge difference on people's DPS numbers. So I was jealous on that one. But anyway, so you've been doing some ops too, you said?
Yeah, yeah, we're doing ops. Not official operations. Well, I mean, we're still doing operations, but we're reforming our groups because of the new expansion. So we had to post on the guild website which group you want to be in. We're currently running three raid groups, two 8 mans and one 16 man. So I'm not sure what the status is on that, but I'm still going to show up tonight for what is usually my raid night.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So is that because you lost people or expanded people, got more people group
Yeah,
wise, or just
well,
time?
we have more people. We have different people, some that are more committed than the ones that were assigned to groups before. And so now we just want to, it's a fresh start, new expansion. We want people to commit, make their commitments to the group because it's not just you if you don't show up to your ops night, it's your seven other people that you're letting down. So it's important.
Yeah,
It's important for our guild.
that's cool. So you guys already have some goals.
Yeah, yeah, our goal is clear through all the story mode operations as soon as possible so we can start working on hard mode. And I'm not sure how much working on there's going to be if it's really easy, but I guess I'll find out.
Yeah. So have you guys already tried some of the priority target ones yet?
No.
Yeah, that's where I think it's one operation a week is specified as the priority target. It's a hard mode, and it drops. I think it drops Nightmare Gear plus the 220.
Oh, no, no, we haven't done any of those yet. We've just been doing the story modes.
That's pretty cool. So I haven't attempted one of those yet, but so I definitely been hearing some people that have been utilizing that aspect. And since we were talking about the expansion, let's go ahead and get a little news and talk a little bit more.
From the Newsnet and beyond.
So, like we've already been talking about, the expansion Knights of the Fallen Empire is live for everybody. And so, what have you been thinking? Your first impressions of the expansion?
Well, there definitely were bugs in early access, but the ones, I don't think the utility issue has been fixed. Has that been completely fixed yet, or is
Not
that
that I
still
know
kind of
of.
broken? Yeah,
You
so
want to explain what that
basically,
is?
yeah. When you change your utilities for your, say you like change your discipline or you want to change utilities and it gets all reset, it doesn't let you confirm it. It doesn't stick. And so what you have to do is you have to go to a different area and then do it, and it seems to reset something in the system, and then it works. But that's kind of annoying, especially if you're like in the middle of an operation and you want to change from deception to hatred or something.
Yeah, you got to zone completely out of
Yeah.
the operation, confirm all that, and then go back in and do that probably at one boss fight, or maybe some trash mobs you need to take out, some with area effect or something like that. Then zone back out, respec again, zone back in. So, yeah, it's one of those things that with all the quality of life things they added to the expansion, kind of one of those things that's kind of a drag right now on quality of life. So,
Yeah,
definitely.
so hopefully that gets fixed as soon as possible. And then the other thing that I ran into that I was kind of annoyed about was okay, this is kind of a spoiler, but you're gonna get companions back anyway. Well, I guess I don't have to say which companion
Right.
it was, but so I did the mission to get one of my companions back, and it didn't show up in my follower list, and what the heck?
Yeah.
It
Wait a
takes
minute.
Yeah, I did put in a bug report for that though, and it did get fixed. I think it got fixed for everyone after how many patches they did. They did that emergency patch and then the regular patch.
Yeah. The one thing as far as bugs that we noticed, especially in Holy Alliance, because a lot of us had everything set up to do the HK mission. Already got that set, except for finding the pieces, because we were going to group up and help everybody get HK all together. If you didn't complete it all the way when 4.0 came out, they rolled it back. All the way back to going up to the Theoretica, the ship, and starting at Hope
Oh, and you
was.
gotta go find all those things.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't like that.
so we got to redo all that. So we had a bunch of people set up to do that. So we had some people fill out bug reports, and they just said that it was a result of things coming through when Knights of the Fallen Empire came in, the expansion. So basically, you're gonna have to do it again, kind of thing. So yeah, that was kind of. And I also had my Seeker Droid missions got reset. So that
Oh
was,
gosh.
yeah, I know. I already done a bunch of those. I hadn't completed all the way, and it was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So,
I have the one mission. It's the heroic four at the end of one of the missions. I don't know if that's Seeker Droid or Macro Binocular, but I still haven't completed that on my main. But I don't think that one got reset because I already made it to the like the heroic stage. I wasn't in the middle of it because that's the end of the mission
gotcha.
line.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't. Well, like I said, I hadn't got to that one. So, but they've changed all that because now it's going to be at level. So when you're looking for all those and you have enemies on various planets, when you do those little missions, that's going to be totally different. So I don't know. So I guess because that's all got changed, they were like, roll back. So, and then maybe it was something they didn't count on, but yeah, that kind of happened. But then in good news, we came up, and I was surprised to see this. They actually brought down the servers to do a maintenance, and server capacities have been increased.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a funny tweet. Someone was like, "Oh wow, they're finally getting their new hamsters in," or something like
Oh,
that. I thought that was cute.
Harbinger needs one. I was glad to see that. But yeah, that was kind of impressive because we'd actually been getting queues again to get on to servers. So to see that and them deciding that they needed to actually expand the server capacity, that's kind of cool. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the new structure with some of the cartel packs they changed, where you just got 2 items in those cartel packs. And basically, percentage wise, you're going to get 50-50 of getting something really good, or that's kind of how they worded some of the stuff. It didn't really feel like you were getting your money's worth on some of those. So they've been asking the community, and we'll have a link to those threads where they've been asking for input on some of that and what people really want to see the value of that. So we will have links to those so you can check those out, some of the responses on that. So it was kind of one of those things where people didn't like all the junk they were getting in some of the cartel packs, but they felt that those extra items kind of made it more worth their money than opening them. So something like that. So and
Yeah,
again, we
I haven't bought any of the new packs yet. I don't really
yeah.
buy stuff that often.
Yeah, I don't usually buy stuff too often, but I definitely when I opened a couple packs, it kind of like was like that's it. I mean, and I know it's some of the stuff was really neat. Some of the when I got really some of the good stuff, it was cool, but when I didn't, it was kind of like what? That's it. So yeah, I was like, yeah, gonna not be opening any more of those for a while. So I kind of see what they're wanting to do, make the changes and get rid of some of the junk that was filling up everybody's inventories and cargo bays. But
Speaking of stuff that fills up your inventories, I have something to say about that when we get into the into the
oh, I know
expansion.
exactly what you're going to talk about. But I guess we can go ahead and get more into that because basically, they're working on some of those things right now. So we are, they definitely fixed some of that stuff, and they're still working on some of the bug issues. So I'm hoping the utility one and a few of the others will get changed. And once again, if you happen to come across something, do the /bug and give them all the details of what happened, when, where, and all that good stuff. So they will know more about those things and get them fixed.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that if there's a bug that you come across in the game, just don't go screaming about it on Reddit or on Twitter or whatever. Make a bug report. Because, I mean, I know Tate reads it, but, that just gets to the staff faster when you do
Yeah,
a bug report in game.
yeah, it kind of helps them out on that way. So, the other thing I was going to make a note of real quick, because I know that we were talking a little bit about the Alliance, and some people might be wondering about that. The event calendar. The next event will be starting November 12th, and that will be the Rat Ghoul event. So, not to give away anything on that, but I know certain people with their Alliance will be interested about that. I believe it's going to be another follower with that.
Ooh, too
So,
bad it doesn't start on the 11th. That's Veterans Day in the United States. I'm off on that day. That'd be nice.
so you got to work the 10th, and then woo, I got the 11th off. So Heather will be celebrating Veterans Day in the Rat Gold Tunnels. So I guess we were getting our first impressions of Knights of the Fallen Empire, and almost everybody has seen Chapter 1 and
Oh
going
my
through that.
gosh, it's
So,
amazing.
have you? So, Heather, we're going to both give our answers. So, Anil or Defy, Heather? What it,
I did both, but I kneeled first. And after seeing both options, I really like how it played out when you kneel.
did you?
Yeah, I liked it better. I thought the defy option seemed kind of sloppy, whereas when you do the kneel option, it's just kind of shocking what happens, and I liked it a lot better. And I think it goes along better with how I'm playing that particular character. I kneel to the emperor, and then I'm accepting his help throughout the expansion or
Mm-hmm.
throughout the chapter. So I think it goes together very well with the dark side or what I'm doing.
Right. I actually, since I'm starting my third playthrough, me and you both talked about how we like to experience both sides of the story. So I have actually done both, and honestly, I know what you're saying about how things when you defy didn't look or go together so big. Actually, it struck me as the defy option almost was pretty dark, kind of evil, because it's uh, like you didn't see that coming or whatever. Kind of you do that little sneaky thing and take advantage of stabbing or whatever in the back. So I definitely thought that was interesting how they decide that. And then the kneel, of course, like you said, I thought that was interesting. But so now,
That was shocking.
are you gonna do that for your characters that you defied? Have you done the defy option all the way through? Once again, I don't want to spoil
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. I played it the in all 9 chapters twice, both
Hmm.
with a kneel and defy option. So
Nice.
my next character, my agent, she is going to kneel again. Because during the Imperial Agent story, kind of early on, you get that option to take or accept the help of that one Sith Lord or to
Hmm.
not. So I think this is going to be on the same lines as a choice that she would make.
Right. See now with my agent, and I guess we're just going to talk about it anyway. With my agent, I chose the defy option because we already been down that road of following all the people with the force and stuff like that, and that kind of backfired us through the agent story. It's kind of like, nope, I'm on doing it all my own. I don't need any help. I'm not going to follow you. So that's kind of how I took that story to be with my agent. So, but I definitely some of the other options that you get are something that I really, really like that you can do. I like how they kind of mixed the story that you're getting into gameplay. I love the cutscenes. I think we talked about that right before the show started. It's definitely pretty awesome, and how it blends into some of the other gameplay options. So we both kneel or defied. So we'd be great to hear what some of you guys have done with your characters. Let us know on that.
Also, if you haven't kneeled, if you hadn't wanted to kneel to the Emperor, I would definitely try it. Especially because I didn't like how it turned out when you defied. You should try the kneel option, and I think you'd be really shocked and interested at that story.
I completely agree. Completely agree. And so that's going to get us into some of the gameplay in 4.0. What were some of the things you picked up in the gameplay? Different things that have changed, different things you've liked. I mean, definitely we have, the gameplay where it mixes in with the story. Of course, the alliance things, the heroics, and different operations as far as just how level sync and stuff like that works on the planets. What did you think about some of the things? Because we played both sides, me and you. In the story, where actually they took advantage of the temporary ability bar, and depending on a choice, you could actually get extra abilities or an actually fight.
Yeah, I had extra like Sork quote abilities, a lot of lightning stuff when I took Valkorian's advice, and those ones I don't know, they didn't really make too much of a difference, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like they were doing that much, but it was kind of cool, especially say you play like a bounty hunter or something and you get lightning.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. But for me as an assassin, it was just like, oh, I have lightning.
Listen to you. Nah, don't need that. But I just thought the idea of they actually included extra abilities you could use during
Yeah,
gameplay because of a choice you made in the story. I thought
yeah.
that was interesting. I thought that was really well done in that. Now, what were some of the other aspects that you felt in 4.0? Some different things you've come across in gameplay or in story or anything like that, Heather, that you
Well,
really liked or didn't like?
the story itself was very, very, very good. However, just going through and fighting mobs and stuff, it was really, really, really easy. But I guess it's just trying to push you through the story, so you're doing something. You're playing the game besides just watching the cutscenes. You're doing something. But I thought the mobs were very easy.
Yeah. I have to agree. I kind of think some of the mobs were definitely probably too easy. And especially if they're really easy, if you take advantage of the things that they change as far as gameplay with Heroic Moment, where now you get that every 5 minutes. You can use that on cooldown, which I like that. That's again using the temporary ability bar, but it definitely kind of made it even more easy like that. Now, one thing I thought was kind of cool was the has to do with the Alliance. Some of the Star Fortress flashpoints. I thought those were more on par with difficulty level as far as how some of those mobs would hit and stuff like that. Definitely some of the silver ones. Now the little trash mobs, again, like you said, I mean, just AOE on most of those down. But I kind of thought that was nice. It wasn't like too difficult, but definitely a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, with the Star Fortress, the non-heroic version was super easy. But then when you get to the heroics, I soloed those. I mean, I did play with some of my guildies for
Hmm.
few of the heroic runs, but I soloed those mostly, and some of them kind of take a long time. Like I don't know, I needed my healer.
Yeah,
I needed my healer during the heroics for those, but yeah, it was challenging enough. I mean, I was actually having to try. Oh
yeah, it
God,
wasn't just
that
totally
sounds so
derping
bad.
through.
I was actually having to, make sure I was paying attention.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially when I ran my agent through some of those. Oh yeah, I definitely got to heal up in between fights there because oh yeah, I can't heal myself. So yeah, I like some of the challenge with that. And what we're talking about the alliance, and once again, we don't want to give away too much spoiler stuff. But when you get through the first 9 chapters of the story, obviously from trailers and stuff, we know that some of the forces of Zakul have attacked the core worlds, and so there's definitely this conflict between them and us, and in the core world. So we now have to fight back, basically, or defend ourselves. So with the alliance, you're going to have to try to build your forces, get resources all gathered up, and stuff like that. So through these alliance missions, there's different things utilizing heroics, some of the flashpoints, like we've been talking about Star Fortress flashpoints and stuff like that, so that you can gain different things and get influence and stuff like that. So now, have you played any Mass Effect games or something like that? I think we talked a little bit about that.
No.
Yeah. if anybody has played Mass Effect 3, it was kind of a similar situation. Commander Shepard had to get a bunch of other aliens who work together and to battle on this enemy for the Reapers and stuff like that. So it's kind of similar in that way. So I do like the idea that it's kind of this bigger than what any other battle they've done before as far as your story. I kind of see some of the evolution they've done with those character classes and stuff like that. Like you start out your class stories, it's just about me, and then we got into Rise of the Hutt Cartel, and even some of the other expansions like that, Shadow Revan, and it became about our galaxy or our faction and stuff like that. And now with this new expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, it's kind of like this huge on a galactic scale on protecting things. So that's kind of cool, like that. You said you did the heroics, right?
Oh, yeah, I love how it transports you right in front of them. One of the annoying things about having to go back to older planets is if you had to go to like Koth or something, you have to go, even with the quick travel stuff being no big deal, you still had to drive a whole long way in the snow. So now with the heroics, you can just click the button and it transports you right in front of where the heroic is. And so I was able to clear all these heroics, and it was really easy because there wasn't a lot of travel involved, and I think that makes it nice too, especially if you're playing with a friend, and instead of people driving different routes and being slower than other people, everyone just says, okay, we're gonna do the Brig Stompers or something.
Right.
And yeah, and then you all just get there and you just start fighting right away. There's not too much downtime or travel time.
Yes, I definitely like that as far as the quality of life of doing that, because it's like, okay, we're all going to group up to these heroics. And in the past, it was like, okay, what speeder point do we have? I don't have that speeder point. Okay, well, let's do a summon. You could do a summon guild ship, I guess, but after a while, it's like, okay, our guild funds are now depleted just from doing heroics today. I definitely like the fact of what they've done with the quick travel, with the heroics. Do you like the fact of some of the... I don't know if you noticed the rewards on that. Mostly those have to do with alliance and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I like those because you get the the influence gift, the companion gift for that, and then you get that crate. Oh
Hmm.
God, the crates. So
Right.
since I did all these heroics in the span of like 2 days, I had a million crates, and I was doing all the alliance stuff where I had to turn in the supply crates too, but I just had so many to open, and holy legacy gear. So in these
I like
supply
that.
crates,
Holy legacy gear.
in these supply crates, so when you open them, you get a legacy piece of gear, like a chest piece or wrists or whatever. And what they are is they're all the old operations gear sets.
Right.
And I have so much, and because there's so many old sets, like nothing matches. Nothing matches, so you never really get a full set unless you have like a million of them. So I felt like I opened a million of those things, and I don't have a full set of anything,
Right.
just bits and pieces. So I'm gonna have to look at like sotorista.com or something and see
Which one drops
which
which one?
sets I want to keep, because it takes up a lot of space in your cargo hold.
Yeah. I definitely... I did come across some pieces of legacy gear from those old sets that I really didn't notice in the game before, and so I came across some that were really nice. And there are definitely some nice looks, but after a while, it's just like, okay, I'm vendoring all this, and so it does get you a nice chunk of change after you vendor all that stuff. So, yeah, I like the heroics. Some of the rewards, though, if up until you get level 61, you don't get the heroic stuff for the alliance. But before that, you actually get stuff based upon your level or gear and stuff like that. After that, you don't get that gear anymore. And I understand that you don't want to give gear out, in-game gear for some of the heroics, but I don't know. I kind of felt like if somebody's not into doing alliance stuff, they're not going to be getting anything out of their Robux. But I guess they can do something else. But anyway, that's just kind of something I noticed on those. But definitely I like the quick travel points and the instant reward. You don't have to go talk to anybody else. It's like, boom, pop-up window, thank you. I'll move along to the next row, guys. Operations, we talked a little bit about this leading into the show before we went live. How they've changed and now things are at level. How do you like those or don't like them?
I like them so far. I mean, I've only tried the story mode operations just because we're just trying to get at least the minimum gear from the expansion to before we start the hard mode stuff. But I don't think we're gonna have an issue. I feel like the story modes, they're really easy. They bolster you anyway. Which is interesting. So I'm wondering, what's the point of even having any gear to go into story modes when they just bolster you anyway? Like, so what's the point of 208 gear? I used up all my common crystals right away, and I bought a
Right.
whole set for my Juggernaut, and you just get new gear doing story mode operations anyway. But I guess not everyone does operations, so they're happy with their 208 comms gear and stuff.
Well, actually, I have a theory on that. The 208 gear is actually to help you get through flashpoints when you start out because, excuse me, those are not bolstered like the story mode operations. That was a little joke. I don't know, but yeah, actually, we've proven one of the persons in my guild actually went into a story mode operation with bolster, only had their lightsaber and the left side of their gear, like ear pieces, implants, relics, and actually was bolstered the same as other players, or if not more, and was able to do the whole operation, no problem. Actually didn't realize he didn't have all his gear until the last boss.
Yeah, so I feel like they are making the game really, really, really easy, but I see complaints about other players in just tactical missions, and there's still people that don't know how to do those simple things.
Right.
And so, I mean, I guess fine, fine, make the game easier for these people because some people really do still struggle with it. And maybe the good players or the better players, they're not the majority, which is, it's kind of sad because I would like a more challenging game, but at the same time I do want the game to be healthy and have people
Right.
playing. So
Now we had an interesting. I don't know if we had. I'm sure some of the people on the streams and various know Addy. He is from, I believe, New Zealand, and so he joined us last night in some operations with Gravis and some of the other people from Unholy Alliance. We were running through KP and also Dread Fortress last night and running some ops last night. He made a good point that something about the bolster and the way they've changed a few mechanics kind of give a new entry level for people that may not know MMOs. And so I think, well, as some of us that are experienced in MMOs, some of the things they removed in story mode, it's kind of like, oh, this is super easy now. Like KP, now the puzzle, you don't actually have to solve the puzzle anymore. It automatically is ready to drop, and you just have to have somebody fire it. Once he's up to like 4 stacks, it comes back up solved already for you. So yeah, I mean, I kind of like doing that stuff, the extra things like that. But it's going to allow more people that maybe were intimidated by operations and didn't have all the gear, didn't know how to get the gear. So it kind of gives them into doing operations, getting how to play with a group, follow instructions, hopefully.
yeah, and I think that's something that a game needs. It needs to have the best accessibility for all types of players, and you want more people playing the game.
Right. And definitely, it still has the challenges in there in operations. If you want to go in and do hard mode or even nightmare mode of some of the existing operations that have nightmare, then they're there for you. And definitely, I have talked to some people. I've also watched some streams and seen people, going through like nightmare EC. And definitely, that is still a huge, huge challenge for even some of the top progression guilds and stuff like that. So not that they
Yeah, so
can't complete it. Not they
I'll
can't
play
complete it.
Nightmare, Dread Palace, and Explosive Conflict, and I'll report back, and I'll let you know
Yeah, I
how
was gonna say.
how hard it is.
Yeah, they'll be like, I hate this game. No, no, I can tell you right now. Even story mode, the tanks hit hard. I don't like that. Those dang tanks. But no, I like things at level. I like the challenge. I think we talked about that. But definitely with the bolster on some of the operations and a few changes on some mechanics, it allows more people to get in the game. And that is a good thing. More people to play the game and to group up and different things like that. So that is a good thing. We definitely had some discussion going on in the chat room, a little bit about Alliance stuff. And
Oh yeah, they're talking about the companions. There's one particular companion that sent me an email, just about
mhm,
when the expansion starts, and I'm just gonna say it because it's not too much of a spoiler. Quinn, I was totally gonna kill Quinn the first chance that I got, but he sends me this letter, or he sends my character this email, and I'm like, holy moly, I am totally gonna take Quinn back.
you are
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Well, I play a light side juggernaut, so I
Hmm.
figured, she's already gone in and, had a little fling with Pierce and Theron and then she gets this awesome letter from Quinn and it's like, oh, okay, well maybe I should give him a chance again.
He's gonna stab you in the
Not
back.
that this is like something I would do in real life at all, considering who's listening, but but yeah, totally gonna take Quinn back on my Juggernaut because that letter was really good.
So you're not gonna kill him then.
No,
No.
no, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm actually gonna take him back. And actually, I was romancing Theron on that character, but I said nope, not gonna do
Oh,
the flirt option on Theron on my Juggernaut. But my assassin, yeah, she's totally
totally into there. Okay.
totally getting with there. And well, the thing that happens in chapter 9 with your ship, it's like holy crap, my other companion, yeah, bye. Guess who just brought me my ship?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was actually surprised somebody mentioned about the actual quote kill option, and I was surprised. I went to and one I don't want to give a spoiler away. We went to Ilum to do a quest, and I came across and it did an option. It was like, "Do you want to kill?" I was like, "What?" I was just like, "Really?" So it's actually in there, folks. If you want to get rid of somebody that maybe you didn't like, I definitely know there was somebody on Asylum in the story that in one of my characters is no longer there.
Oh, I killed him on one and then I kept him alive on the other.
Yeah,
I will have to say that the light side option is totally lame. Like when you keep him alive,
yeah.
totally lame because the person that you're working with, you just piss them off.
Well, actually, I wanted to see that because there's a point I did the light side option to keep this person alive, and then I went through the area where you get attacked. The area gets attacked, and so I was like, and he was actually helping as I made it through the part of that city, back through the alleyways and stuff like that. And so he was there helping. So I thought, okay, well, next time I was like, I did the dark side option. He is no longer there, and there was not anybody else because I thought, well, maybe I'm going to take out a boss or something like that. Now there was nobody there. In fact, there was less people I had to fight. So I was that was kind of disappointing. So maybe that will come back and haunt me for that choice I made. But yeah, it was definitely something that I was shocked that they actually put it in there that you can actually kill him.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like I hope that there are more some things that actually makes choice matter. So and we talked about some of the choices that we had made. Are there some choices that you have made that you've already seen have changed some of your story and stuff like that?
Just little things overall in the story. I mean, it's two paths basically to the same ending, but I think that still makes it interesting, even though it's the same outcome at the end. How you get there and how they show the story to you is very interesting. Because like at the end of chapter 1, you kneel or defy. Two different things happen, but you still get to the same endpoint. I mean, that's okay to me as long as I can see different things. But yeah, I guess for people to say, do your choices really matter? I
Hmm.
think, I don't know, it matters with the way that you want to see the story.
Yeah, it's true. Now, honestly, and everybody's going to say, well, it doesn't really matter. It's going to end up being the same story. Well, of course, in a certain way, it's going to be the same story. There's no way they could write a story that they could actually make a profit on where you could have infinite possibilities of choices because you'd have a branching story that would have umpteen gazillion options at the end of it. And, everybody's story would be all over the place. And so how would you write something to follow that up? So, I mean, definitely, you have to, the flow charts of how you would have to, get everybody back because the story has to go along some type of line. There has to be a beginning and an end, even though it's like those books that if you
Oh,
decide this
choose
choice,
your own adventure.
choose your own adventure kind of thing. It's the same way those things. The ending is still there. The beginning's still there. It's how you get to that end or that part of the story. Those are the choices you're going to make. So you're going to have different choices along the way, and you're going to maybe get rid of companions. You may add companions, but the beginning end of the stories are still going to be there. The main overarching story is still going to be pretty much the same. I mean, there's no way you can really get around that. But I'm
However,
definitely.
I would like to point out what Rafa12104 in
Hmm.
the chat room said. We're not at the end. So your decision at the beginning of the expansion in chapter one, whether or not you kneel or defy, maybe at the end of, the final chapter, that is going to be very important, whether you knelt or defied.
I completely agree. I think there's a lot more story to come out, and I like. Do you like the episodic type of play they're gonna do with the stories coming out in just like
Yeah,
one chapter at a time?
yeah, I like it. I mean, for a person like me, I log into the game anyway, but for like a casual person, it brings people into the game and, we'll play this chapter and they'll say, hey, I don't like what my character's wearing. Let me go shop in the cartel market. So, just releasing these little bits of things that brings in money to the game and
Right.
brings more players into the queues because they'll want to do other stuff in the meantime. And with alliances, maybe they'll have to go play 20 PvP matches, which I didn't have to do. I had Valor 40. But yeah, I think just releasing chapters not all at once because some people they just clear everything in 2 days.
Ha,
They
Heather.
just clear everything in 2 days, but some people they like to take their time and if it's staggered, then it'll bring people back,
Right.
not just clearing everything out right away and then saying, "Well, there's nothing to do."
Well, I will have to say, at first, it seems pretty daunting with everything that you have to do for the story and the alliance to try to, if you have a lot of alts. And I have several alts, not as many as some people, but I have several alts, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to actually do this on all my different alt characters? And then I thought, well, if they're going to only start doing like one chapter, starting the new year, only one chapter a month, then it was, if you only do like one chapter a month, then that's going to give me plenty of time to complete the story and then also get my work on my alliance and different things like that. So I won't feel so overwhelmed. I guess looking at it now, I see this like big thing that I have to do. So it's definitely, I think it's going to be manageable the way they're going to do it, and we're going to have plenty of time over the upcoming holidays and stuff like that. So
And I think the most important thing is okay, so who cares if, does your choice really matter? Does it or not? If you enjoy the story as you're
right,
going through it, I think that's the most important thing. I don't think it matters so much if this person next to you chose a different choice and it's the same ending. I mean, did you like playing through it or not? I mean, isn't that the whole point that you enjoyed playing while it was there?
yeah. Well, I agree. I think the whole thing should be whether what you get an intrinsic value from it. Do you enjoy it? Do you get something out of what you do, the story and stuff like that? And if that's the case, then definitely. And I love the story. And I know we had some people that are talking about some of the companion stuff going on. And I know that there are definitely some of those options. People that will be your companion, presented as a possible companion, and you will get that option. So I know we've got some people. This is cool. We got a lot of discussion going on in the chat room of this stuff, and I know a lot of people in my guild have been talking about different things, and so I think some of your choices, yeah, like there's technically, like we said, the story. There's an illusion of choice. I mean, technically, I don't have to do any of the new content and still be playing in 4.0. But, I'm enjoying the story, and I also, the things with the Alliance and different things like that, new companions that I will get or not get. So, I don't know. I definitely think I'm enjoying it, and so that's what I can take from it. So, all in all, what do you say, Heather?
I don't know. I really like the game, so I'm happy with it. And that's what matters. I like playing it still.
Yeah. So, the other thing, let's see, level sync. Have you actually gone back and done lower level characters now and tried to level some of them? I know a lot of it's been going through story right now, the new story.
I have not. I haven't tried to level any of my lobies yet. The only level sinks I've experienced is when you go to the older planets to do the heroics. And like, I don't know what people are complaining about. I mean, I still am kicking ass in my. Oh, that's a bad word. I'm still kicking. I'm still kicking butt. You know. Leveled down to 42 on Hoth. It's not a big deal. I don't feel any less powerful. If
No.
anything, it makes the heroic more interesting and challenging again rather than just me, overload and killing a whole mob at once. That's not fun to me.
Well, now
I mean,
actually,
I know there's people that like to go through and just aggro everything at once and do one lacerate or whatever or smash, but I don't know. I mean, I'm in there to use my abilities to play the game, not just to clear through things. I want to play the game.
yeah, I like I like the level sync, and I found out that right now with the way influence works and your influence and also the presence you have as your stat influence how well they do. Actually, companions are the ones that really shine in you when you go to lower planets. Oh my gosh, Lana Beniko, man. Some of the heals she can throw out, and also the damage. Oh my gosh, she's a complete beast. But it's pretty amazing. I like how that works. I can see because the amount of influence I've got in the new story, just by between gifts and choices I've made that they've liked, that I've made in the story, I've had their influence grown quite a bit. I can't imagine when you start at like level 1 with some of your basic companions, what kind of influence you get by the time you get to chapter, you get level 50, even before I do some of the new story content. They're going to be pretty OP. So I think the companions and some of the things they've done with them, I really like. The fact I can go through with any of the story content or any of the planetary content and play with the companion that I want to play. I don't have to pick a companion, oh, I need a healer, or oh, I need a tank. I don't really like him, but I have to take him because I need a tank for this particular instance or something like that. As far as the companions themselves, is there one you're finding that you run with more now? Different one?
Well,
Well,
spoiler
yeah, I
alert,
know.
you get Theron, so I've been running around
Oh, well,
with
okay.
Theron.
Theron. No, I
Yeah,
should
yeah,
have
because
known.
before I was exclusively only using Zalek just because, he could use my leftover gear and he was a tank and I could just maul all day long without spending extra force on low slash and stuff. So now I can just make there and do anything. Tank, heal, DPS.
Yeah. I definitely like the fact of that. I really like the fact that I can do any of those roles. I definitely is it my HK? HK, I'm kind of sad his assassinate ability's gone,
Mm.
but that was pretty OP back in the
I
day.
do like the one I forgot what her name was, but you get her doing the alliance stuff. I don't know what alien she is, but the one with the two lightsabers that you get on Nar Shaddaa. She's like a marauder, but she's not really a Sith.
You get on Nar Shaddaa. Two lightsabers?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Maybe someone in the chat room will remember who I'm thinking of, but she's a girl and she's an alien with all like the Nautilus.
Nodlin. Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't got that one yet. So, man,
Oh yeah.
see.
Okay,
I've got
she's
to
pretty.
really start working on more of some of my alliance stuff. I've really got to get into that story more. So, how many people are way ahead of me, man? It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Well, maybe let's get that. Let's get into the cartel pack giveaway since we've got a
Yes,
kind of a group in
we've
the
got definitely a
show
group here.
going.
So we got a group here, definitely a lively group. So we have some trivia for you guys. Trivia that we're going to be now. These are going to be cartel packs. I've got some that Nick gave us a while back. I have some Wild Space packs, and these are the ones that have these 6 items. So you won't have to worry about that. Now, I'm going to say, and I hope this doesn't affect too many people, we're going to have to limit to North American servers. If you happen to be somebody over there, we might see if we can work something out on a European server or something like that. But these definitely going to have to try to keep this North American. I will transfer to get the pack to you, but we'll see what we got. Well, anyway, so we're definitely going to start some trivia here. So I'm going to put it up on the screen, the question, and we're going to take... What? No, anyway. We're going to put it up here and let you know. So here goes the question, and we're going to... First one, Heather?
First question.
Yep.
What are the names of the 2 groups on Voss? Should we do a Jeopardy music? Do, 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 do.
They're still waiting for it to pop up. So
Oh,
there we go. 2 names. What are the names of the 2 groups on Boss? Oh, come on. Oh,
Dark Edge Gaming
Dark
got
Edge
it.
Gaming. And he put it in the
Yay.
form of a question. I like that.
Okay, so just email us or
There,
do
you message Heather there, and we get all
yeah,
your info.
direct message on Twitch or email us at corellianran@gmail.com what server and what character you want us to send the pack to.
They are 2 right now.
Even if they aren't groups,
They are
Dark
groups.
Edge knew what we meant when we asked the question. So
Anyway, all right. So we are going to go on to Trivia Quite True. And Dark Edge, we're going to have you just, you're not eligible for this one. Unless nobody else gets it. And then we'll go ahead and give you another pack. So, all righty. So, question number 2. What is the name of the group of Trandoshans that followed Kephas?
people madly,
Ooh, JP
got one.
Chivalry.
We're stalkers.
Wow, nice. The War
Congrats,
Stalkers.
JP Chivalry. So yeah, just DM me, Diana HN, or email corellianrun@gmail.com with your server and character information.
Nice. Good job. And actually, as I don't really want to give any more spoilers away because we gave out quite a few, stick around after we get done recording. I have a follow-up question for that I will give away a pack related to that question there. So
Ooh, bonus pack.
bonus round. That's right, bonus round. And speaking of contest, we have another contest we're going to tell you guys all about. Go ahead, Heather. Tell them all about it.
All right, well, we're doing a Corellian Run Radio audio clip contest. So we're looking for some creative, funny, and Star Warsy clips that we can insert into the show. And so the clips, they should be up to 30 seconds in length. And the grand prize winners, we're going to have 2 grand prize winners. You get a 60-day time card for SWTOR. So if you're not currently subscribed to the game and you want to try out the expansion, or if you just want 2 free months, you get that in addition to 450 cartel coins and your choice of an M8 droid or Tonfon pet code. So there's going to be 2 sets of those prizes, and then we'll have 3 more winners that'll get either cartel coins or the pet codes. So we'll release a post on CorellianRun.com. It should actually be, it's scheduled to come out in about 4 minutes. So if you go to our website, it'll have the details on there. But basically, you just submit your audio clips to us. You record something on your computer, or you can use our website directly. Use our send voicemail feature on the right side of the website, and record something for us, and we'll listen to everyone. And even if you don't win, you'll have the chance to be on the show.
Right. Definitely give a chance to get your voice heard out and be a part of the Corellian Radio. Heather also has some neat examples she posted with this blog, so definitely
Yeah, you'll
check
want to
those out.
definitely check out my funny quote
Even if
quote
you
examples.
don't want to really enter the contest, then definitely we want to have you do those examples. Record those examples down for us. We'd love to hear from you on those. And definitely include, if you do just the voicemail, definitely include your email at the end of the audio clip or something like that, so we definitely can get a hold of you for that. So that would be great on that. And once again, we're going to have 2 sets of prizes, 2 grand prize winners, and a bunch of other prizes and fun stuff to go along with that. So we can't wait to hear from you as on that. So that should be pretty interesting. And the date on that, let's see, we need to have those entries in by Tuesday, November 17th at midnight. That specific time will go on the midnight of that. And the winners will be announced on November 22nd when we come back. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be moving our show back an hour. That's going to be time change for that. And that's where we're going to take off a couple weeks there. So we'll be back the 22nd live here on Twitch. And so we hope to see you guys there. And we will have our grand prize winners. So we will announce those there.
Yeah, and with us coming back on the 22nd, that is a longer break than usual. So we'll be off for 2 weeks instead of the usual every other week.
Yep. Correct. So let's get into, if you didn't have anything else to add on that, we will get into some of our community extras. What we got here. First off, we have, I don't know if any of you guys see this, the Knights of the Fallen Empire cosplay. We had Parker Ashton as Arkan and Brandon Christensen as Thexan.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. It's really good.
Those costumes are awesome. I couldn't believe how detailed they were.
Yeah, now someone just has to. I just need to get a Valen costume and we'll be ready to go.
There you go. That would be pretty epic. That'd be pretty epic. I'm sure there's gonna be many people doing that. So, and then as far as other fan stuff we got going on, we also had.
We had the trailer, the Knights of the Fallen Empire trailer done to the Force Awakens music, the trailer for that, and I thought that was really good. Are we gonna play that?
Yeah, we're gonna play it right now.
Ooh.
You claim to have come all this way to find me. Here I am. What do you want?
I want you to answer for your crimes. The destruction of Ziost, decades of war between the Republic and the Empire. You caused it all.
In all my centuries, you alone have merited my full attention. You leave your mark upon the galaxy wherever you act. Just as I do. Look around you. Zakul is poised to become the greatest civilization in the history of the galaxy. I will share all of this with you, if you will only kneel. decide that you cannot succeed.
I thought that was so well done, of combining both the music from the Force Awakens trailers and then also the scenes and audio clips from the new expansion. I thought that was super job on
I
that.
know, it was so cool. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh my God!" But yeah, it was really good.
So other things going on in the community, and we also have a link for the fan video if you want to see that again. Sakari, who we had an interview on here, he is getting back into streaming, so I got a chance to check him out this past weekend. It was kind of cool because every time I go on there to watch his show and he knows I'm there, we got talking and he ends up doing something silly that I end up talking to him about. And he was messing around those elevator things there on Zakul.
Hmm.
He totally fell down one and died.
No.
He's like, "Oh no, Jason, you're always here, and now you're going to talk about it on your stream." And I said, "Sure am." So, so definitely want to check out him again. He's on there streaming. Several other people, like I mentioned, of course, check out Volk and a bunch of those other people, Gravis, and different things that on the streaming community. And Redna, like we have here in the chat room. Check out all those streamers. They are definitely part of the SWTOR community, and we like getting to check those people out. Speaking of the SWTOR family and community, LutiniCast is having a meme contest. They're going to have a couple variants of that, so I will have a link for the show notes in that. So they'll be able to have another contest where you guys can win some stuff. And I think they've also got a 60-day subscription going up for that. So definitely all kinds of prizes going on, contests that you can win. So Revelation had a blog. I don't know if you got the chance to see this. It's on who she would dress up if she could for Halloween, if Star Wars, Star Wars characters and stuff like that. So you definitely want to check that out. We could go through a lot of those names and stuff like that. I don't know. You got the link there. Valen was another one she had. Her number 2 was Valen. So she had some ideas on how you could make the costumes work and different things like that. So that was kind of cool. Tio Sean, also Princess Leia for her number 5. So that'll be a link for that. So
I have to definitely get an outfit eventually.
I know, right? So, and coming up also, it's getting very, very close. We have the Extra Life event, and I'll play that audio clip right now.
This is Jessie from Passionately Casual Podcast, and you're listening to Corellian Run Radio. Did you know that November 7th is Extra Life Day? Extra Life benefits Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and gamers all over the world get involved by playing 12 or 24 hours straight. We'd like to invite you to join our team and play with us, or sponsor the team with a donation today. To find out more about the event and the cool prizes you can win with your donation, including a Sphero BB-8 app-enabled droid, please go to unholyalliance.org/extralife. Play games, heal kids.
Yeah, I also wanted to make sure you guys understand about that. The Extra Life events, they've updated some of the events that we're going to be doing on the Extra Life Day. One of the new events that we are going to be doing, it is a Level as Musco contest. Mox came up with a character, customizations that will look almost exactly like Musco. And so we're all going to create level 1 characters, and we're going to level up and have a contest so you can level up the fastest. And it looks like Eric. So I believe Volk is going to be streaming that day a lot of the leveling contests. Also, Redna, like I mentioned, he's going to be streaming the whole day with that. So that's going to be really cool. So definitely you guys want to come out, check out the Extra Life event. If you want to support that, definitely follow the links. There's a lot of great people promoting this event. So it doesn't matter who you support. This is all going to a good charity to help heal kids. So while we play games. So that is something to definitely check out. The one last thing, and
Well,
as far
yeah,
as we know,
I'm probably not going to win that leveling contest because supposedly, supposedly, I'm going to be on the Galactic Gamers Coalition for Corellian Run Radio on that day too.
right,
But we don't know. what time,
Yeah.
or
So
any other details.
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure we find out the details on that, but definitely it sounds like the Galactic Gamers Coalition is going to be working on the 7th as well, so that's going to be a busy day for everybody in the community, so definitely a lot of fun things going on. So that is what we got going on right there. So Heather, how's your week shaping up, and what do you got going on as far as that stuff? And wow, this has been a long show.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
All right, well, let's keep going.
Keep going.
So, if you're looking to get your guild notice or you want to announce an upcoming event, be in our quick mention section of the show, why not contact us? You can send an email to corellianrun@gmail.com or heather@prettylittlesith.com. And thanks to everyone that's contacted us. But we'd really like some of you guild leaders and officers, especially with the expansion out now. If you want to recruit all these new people in your guild, then we want to talk to you.
Yeah, definitely. We kind of made a call out for guilds again the last show, and we were definitely hoping to hear from some. So if you'd like to be on the show for an interview, or even just to get out like with quick guild ready check, basically an ad for your guild, definitely get a hold of us. We'd love to promote you guys. And don't forget to check out all the articles on CR this past week. We'd like to take a moment and please leave us a positive feedback on iTunes. You can subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcast app.
If you'd like to contact us or have any questions or ideas for discussion topics, email us at corellianrun@gmail.com. You can also follow and tweet us on Twitter, and that's @CorellianRun. My personal Twitter handle is @Heather_PLS, and Jason is @JT_HollowNet. If you're on Facebook, you can like our Facebook page, or you can also join our Facebook group. You can also leave a voicemail for us on our website or on our Facebook page that could possibly be featured on the show or be submitted for our audio clip contest, so don't forget to do that before the 17th. Finally, if you'd like to be a writer or submit content for our website, send an email to Jason, and he's jason@corellianrun.com.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us at Corellian Radio. Definitely been a lively show. We want to special thanks out to the chat room. That was great. The interaction you guys had today was awesome. So thank you guys for coming out for the live show. I thank all our fans and followers and loyal listeners for tuning in. And until next time, I'm Jason.
I'm Heather. May the force be with you, or keep those blasters by your side, kid.
You've been listening to Corellian Radio, a Star Wars The Old Republic podcast. Tune in next time to hear Heather say,
do our audio clip contest.
now.
End transmission.